relationship do we have with ourselves? What makes you feel free? What are the things you would like to have control of in your life? What do you think about life? Now, I am a huge fan of not controlling anything in life, just one thing. I am a huge fan of understanding life, but not from the mind, from what I'm experiencing. So the question will already come with the answer. What relationship do you have with your mind? Why do you feel sometimes the way you feel, which only you knows? How many times have you gave yourself today a space to reflect? When do you think is the best time to reflect? Are you waiting for the glass to be full? Are you okay if the glass is in the middle? Or you okay if the glass is empty? This is a wonderful example to see how from different subjective experience, the meaning can change. I might see a bottle of water that is full, and for me it's a problem because I want to fill it again. I might see a bottle of water that is empty, and for me it's perfect. And I might see a bottle of water that is in the middle, but for me it's like, oh, how can I interpret this? Should I finish what is already there? Should I fill it to the top? So every human being has a subjective way of experiencing life. So the only thing we have to control is the relationships with ourselves. We have the absolute control in that. I post a video talking about changing languages, the way we express. So instead of saying I'm living the now, we just use I am choice. With choice, we will control 100% the relationship that we have with ourselves. By the way, I'm going to share with you something. As an holistic life coach, I have trained myself to understand the world of emotions, the spiritual world, and the physical one. As a personal trainer, the focus is only on the physical realm: fitness, health, nutrition, fat loss. When it comes to the mind, my focus has been the emotions, the impact of allowing the mind to drive your car. When it comes to spiritual, that's the only thing I want to control. My relationship with my consciousness. Knowing when I'm aware and when I'm distracted. That's the only thing I need to control. Now, before the video asks for freedom, there is another video which I try to explain the difference between freedom and becoming free. If you ask me what is life, that's my answer. Life is what makes you free. Because freedom, it will depend on the circumstances. Right now, you want to jump in a plane and go to a sunny place or to a cold place. Holidays. You don't have the freedom to do it because of your life situation. But you choose present to be free, which is to accept and adapt to the situation, knowing that you can provoke a future present where you will be free again to experience what you want. So life is your friend, it's not your enemy. Things happen because you are in life. Now, this is very common when we are in front of something and we are interpreting it, we are giving it a meaning from the mind. We attach to the past. We eclipse the present because we bring to that present, to that choice, we bring the past experiences, the past conclusions. So, how are we going to control ourselves? That is the purpose of this video today. Have you heard about meditation? You might say, yes, Ralph. I have heard about. Now, let's become meditation. You have different dimensions, layers, whatever you want to say it. But let's go to the pragmatic one. Very simple. We choose a time in a day that we absolutely block no matter what. When you are in the toilet, I guess you block that time for you. When you are eating, you block that time for you. When you are with the phone, you block that time for you. So I think it is easy to block a time for us just to sit and watch the mind. And you say, Ralph, I've done it. It doesn't work. I get distracted. That's a good reference. The moment you see that you are getting distracted, it's the moment you are controlling and you are being conscious and aware that you are not that. So let's say a big bird comes and takes you, and it takes you to a tree, and it drops you in a mountain, and then it drops you in another place. But you are experiencing, you are noticing that that is the intention of meditation. Now you can make it short. You can use something like counting. I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and I'm going to focus on my breath. I'm going to focus on what I feel, and you stay there. Then you start again. Now, meditation might be a joke, might be something that is trivial. It makes no sense, no impact. But I will share with you something. Any habit that you put in your life that goes straight to your emotional economy is priceless. Now, let's change the name meditation and let's use coming to the choice. We want to come to the choice. We want to own the choice. We want to control the choice, which is present in the normal languaging. So, what do I used to do in my case? Let's say right now I am working and I block the time for this. 100% all my focus is here. I am not focusing on what I'm going to say. I am focusing in the whole context, which is the intention, the choice of the message I'm delivering. So my focus is exactly right now in the choice. I want to become the choice. I want to control the choice. There is music outside there because I have neighbors. Today is a wonderful day. And I choose to stay in this. This is my time to work. Now, I have the intention to go for a run. I have the intention to make a short training. But right now, I'm coming to the choice. I'm not extrapolating myself to the future. I am becoming my choice. Another example, I am living in the UK and people tell me that when it's sunny, they are much more happier, that the sun brings them joy. And of course, it makes sense because everything that comes after a long period, it lands on your soul like a reward. If you are thirsty, when you drink water, you taste it, you feel it. So in the UK, when it's sunny, you are happy because you have long periods where you don't have sun because of the ubication and location of the country. And that's how life is. Now, the thing to assess here is Do I need to have sun to be happy? I am Spanish. I raised up in Spain. People were complaining. It is too hot. I am sweating. I hope the cold comes. So you end up seeing that it is not the weather that changed your mood. It is what you are not controlling from your choice. For me, I found that the UK is a wonderful place for an inner exploration, for spiritual growth, to swim into this world. The UK has been for me the highest gift that I can have in my life. Now, you might be listening to me and saying, the UK for you? I want to run from here to go to a sunny place. Guess what? You are just doing a transaction of the physical body, and you are depending on external forces to control, to own, to enjoy what is life, which is to be free. Now, if you taste the place you are, let's stick to the weather because it's very visible. I'm not okay because it's always raining here, clouds, it's always dark. Maybe it might be a chance to explore and to see what we are trying to escape from. Maybe it might be a chance to see that maybe the mind is obstructing, is eclipsing, is getting the darkness that we think and we associate to the weather, is bringing it to us because we are choosing to focus on that. When you focus, this is another thing that is important to control in your life. For me, focus and choices are the same. So if you tell me, Ralph, stay present, my understanding is focus and choice. They are both the same face of the coin, the two faces of the coin. So your focus might be external. Your focus might be escaping something that is painful from the past. Your focus might be resisting that you live in the UK and this is the weather. It has nothing to do with you. In fact, because I had to record, I was without t-shirt. I was just touching the ground. I'm in the UK. We forget this kind of days. And when we speak, generally we say the UK, the weather is not good. I'm sorry. I am today, I am choice, I am now. The weather is perfect. Now, any day, it doesn't matter where you are. You might be living in Germany, as I have a lovely cousin. She follows me. You might be living in Italy. You might be living in Spain, in the US, in India. But what I'm trying to say is, are we ready to have an inner travel? Are we ready to explore what is going in? Are we ready to release the grip with the mind? Are we ready to use different languages that can help us to see wiser and to explore? Are we ready to integrate new habits, new behaviors in our life? It doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's sunny, if it's snowing. I want to be free. Free from depending, expecting. How do I bring myself to the choice? How do I become choice? How do I own my focus? I control the choice and the focus. Well, acceptance is the energy. When we accept, we are open. We are ready. I will give you another example. This is very, very visible. You want something, and that thing doesn't come to your choice, to your present. You feel stressed about it. You feel frustration because the closer you are to it, you feel that it's getting far. This happens to me when it comes to having a relationship, a meaningful, deep, and lovely relationship. I wanted to find myself in a relationship where I could relax as a man, not being passive, but knowing that I have a home, which is the love of my soulmate, which is the essence, what we build, my soulmate and I. So I thought it was outside there. Therefore, the larger that was becoming, I wasn't getting frustrated because luckily I choose to be free, but I was seeing that this is not coming. I think I am trying to do the job of becoming a man that can be able to attract a soul like this because I've become that, but it's not coming anyway. Then I choose to bring acceptance and say, listen, you might have this situation because this is what is for you, this is what you really need, and this is the conditions that are unfolding right now. So you might choose, because you are free, to enjoy. You avoid being feeling lonely, but you are grateful having solitude to explore and to work. Solitude and loneliness, they seem like the same, but they are not. One is painful, remember type of pain, and another one is draining. So solitude is painful because we resist. Loneliness is draining because we tell ourselves that our self-worth is what determines our circumstances. So when someone is in a state of loneliness, there is punishment, there is guilt. I will always repeat this. There is lack of compassion, and there is a misalignment and misunderstanding because the interpretations comes from the mind. So I am alone because I don't deserve. I am ugly. I am this. I am poor. I am not rich. It's not the right place. Therefore, I justify being lonely. So I drain and I ignore the light of my soul. When it comes to solitude, then you ask yourself, I am in this state by choice. I choose to stay in this state. I choose to be free to enjoy the choice, and I choose to be free to evolve spiritually, physically, and mentally. Now I am accepting it. Now I'm not in a rush to find someone. I'm not in a rush. So this is very useful for people who are single. I'm trying to share this because you might be single or married. Even if you are married, you can have this situation as example with yourself. I'm talking about myself. I need to accept that something is missing with myself. Therefore, the delay is because I have shifted the focus. I'm looking outside. So don't get me wrong. This is not only directed to singles. This is for all of us. Before we married with someone, it would be nice to marry with yourself. Before we find a couple outside, it would be nice to be a couple with ourselves. Before we try to engage with someone, it would be nice to engage with ourselves. What happens? You become much more attractive to what? To be free, to choices, to peace, to good environments. You attract life, you become one. So my intention of this video is to share with you the importance of choice, the importance of focus, the importance of listening and understanding when you are operating from the mind. It's very easy. If I see a beautiful nature, the mind will say, yeah, it's beautiful, but this tree is not as tall. Yeah, this tree it should be closer on the right, on the left. The mind is trying to disrupt the reality. But if I just connect with what is happening, I will not even be able to speak. That's the shock we find when we're in places. Why? Because there's absence of mind. You just get blind, you connect, you love it, you absorb it, you breathe it. So I invite you to absorb your past, to breathe your past, to live it and love it because Only you have experienced it. So we leave the past. Now we understand how the mind works. The mind is automatic. The mind comes from reason. The mind wants to survive. It wants to explain. So let's say you are in a negative state. The mind wants to explain you why. So it will go outside and justify what has happened. And if it comes in, it will it will block the vibration of the heart. Therefore, emotions will come out. Remember one single fact and practice it today, please, if you can. You go to the feeling in the body. You don't give it a name. You will see that that feeling will bring a type of thoughts. You follow the thoughts and you will see and understand why 20 minutes can fly and you didn't even notice it. So when we are not feeling okay, we don't go and ask the mind, why am I feeling like this? No. We feel the sensations in the body, which is the message. Because remember, the soul and the mind will project and reflect it to the body. So if I'm feeling lazy, I don't want to do anything, I'm just feeling tired, I will watch those feelings and I will see the thoughts that are coming. Then you understand that the mind will justify those feelings with the same limitation and distortion. That's why when you don't feel okay, all the thoughts are justifying why you don't feel. So you cannot get out of the spiral. Why? Because the feeling will provoke a lot of thoughts and it will disrupt the emotions. That's why the emotion comes. And if you watch it, the mind rarely looks inside with a positive intention, being impersonal. So let's say you are in the house with your family, your husband, and one of you go mad. And you say, wow, that was so rude. But instead of from the mind saying, how is he talking to me like this? How is he speaking to me like this? We just leave the mind there and we watch the feeling. Did I feel shaken? Did I feel moved? Did something was awakening in me just to listen this? Then you will see how the thoughts will come. Yeah, he's rude. Yeah, he's this. He have done it again. She has this. It will just bring you a flood of thoughts. Now, if you are aware of this, congratulations, because you are becoming choice. You are becoming present. Now we are going to own our focus. We are going to control the focus. We are going to stick to that pattern so we recognize it as something impersonal. Because when someone is rude to me, I don't need to interpret it. I experience it. I don't give it a name. I don't jump in like, dislike, appropriate or not. I just experience that person being rude. And from there, I don't make it personal. I watch myself. I choose to be present. Then, surprisingly, you will feel that it's ridiculous to follow any stimulation because let's say it wasn't rude, it was kind. So how am I going to feel? Happy, nice. So I'm depending on external stimulations. Why? Because I'm not choice. I'm not present. Why? Because my focus is shifted. But when I'm with me, I am free. I will free to choose to be present. So I've been running in the street and I will allow someone to pass. And the face is literally, sometimes I think they're going to ask me for money or they're going to slap my face. Because even if I was being kind to allow them to pass in a narrow space, and they pass and they're still angry. Now from love, from not using the mind, I am experiencing this, but it's not personal. Maybe that person is struggling. Maybe he's hungry. Maybe something happened to that person. who am I to judge? Who am I to distort that present? Because if I give attention to the fact that, oh, instead of saying thank you, you didn't tell me anything, guess what? The mind will create and justify. Don't do it again. The next time, don't be kind. Select who you are kind with, and that's a different river. I have lost my focus. I am not free because now I'm not enjoying. Remember, your inner home is always silent and peace. To finish this audio, I want to thank you for listening. Gradually, I will be integrating in these videos what I love. I love the physical avenue, I love the mind, and I love the spirit. So I gave myself a test now. When I finish this blog, these videos will be based on 3 parts. I will be talking about the mind, the spirit, and the body. But I wanted first to get in touch with you with small daily habits that my intention is just to shift and to get used to the focus of knowing when you are choice, of knowing where your focus is, and knowing that you have always the right to be free. You can stop this video, you can watch it later, that is free. Now, you don't have the freedom to decide to watch a video 7 days non-stop. You don't have that freedom. Your body will ask you to sleep. Your loved ones will ask you for attention. Your life situation will ask you to pay attention to another things. So freedom is difficult because this is how the life is. Now, to be free is granted. You just have to remember. Okay? I have done something, I choose to accept it. Remember, acceptance is an energy that takes you straight away to choice, to love. When I accept what is happening without giving it a name, without using the mind to interpret. Okay? So please, I will start this video and finish it, but I will just put you something. Please try, if you can, to do a sport or something that you like. Because when the body is strong, it helps the mind and the spirit to be present. If I'm feeling strong and my mind is fresh in me today and my soul is absent, the body will tell me, let's go for a walk, let's go for a run, let's go to the nature, let's go and swim, let's go and dance, let's go and do yoga. So paying attention to these 3 wonderful gifts of life will help us to control and to become better choices. So I challenge you, please, let's use this next week to plan from love how we are going to afford and how we're going to approach the next 6 months. Okay? So think about something that you love doing and let's call it sport. And we're going to try. But it has to be something that moves and shakes the body. Second thing, I would challenge you to read something, not just a book. I want you to read something that from there you have to write and extract the source of it and you relate it to something that is your quality. I'll give you an example. You open a book, you are reading a book, and it's about human challenges or about how to create a business or about behavior. And you read a quote. Take that quote, take the source of it, and create something from that quote that you are inventing, you are creating from that quote. For example, I read once that life was a gift. From there, I wrote, life is beautiful. Beautiful life. So when I'm enjoying, which is 99.9% of life, because I choose and I want to be free, and I refuse not to have love. One of the quotes that brings me, it seems like a simple thing, but it's powerful. Wow, life is beautiful. I was doing a job before I did this. The doors was open, the neighbors had a beautiful song, the birds, sunny day, and I spelled it out. Oh wow, life is beautiful. It came from a quote. So I want you to get used to extracting quotes and things. Why? Because the mind becomes creative. That is the reason of the mind. The mind evolves when it creates. So I want you to get used to a time where you dedicate to the mind creation. And the last part, when it comes to spirit, this is absolutely on you. You can do meditation, you can do anything. I will share with you something I hope is useful. For me, if we forget the name of a spirituality, because it can lead you to religion and explanations, for me, when I am cooking, when I am running, when I am training, when I am writing, when I'm creating, when I'm coaching, those are my temples. Those are the moments where I am connected to my soul. I will be talking to you and I will be listening and I will be grateful that I can hear clearly and you are giving me your time. That nourishes my spirit. So, spiritual practices are the ones that allow you to evolve and grow. And they allow you to stack new habits on top each other that are aligned with the mind and the body. So, my soul will tell me to go for a run as a reward because the mind is creative. The mind will create something because it's telling me that he trusts the soul and the body will express it. And the body will make me strong because it's grateful to be the employee of the mind and the spirit. That is my cycle. So I don't train for the fact of doing exercise. I train because of gratitude and I want to support my mind and my spirit. That is the importance of integrating sport in your life. You are responding to life. So no matter what point you find yourself now, Ralph, I don't have the habit. Ralph, I used to go, but you know what? I go for one day and then I skip 4 days. There is no problem. The thing is the connection with what you are doing. If you don't like to lift weights, you don't need to go and lift weights. Let's find something that you enjoy and let's stick to it. Okay? That's the first thing. The sports I do is because I enjoy them. So for me, MMA doesn't give me attraction. Fighting with someone and blood, it doesn't give me attraction. But I do like to do jiu-jitsu. I do like to do grappling. Why? Because I don't need to punish someone. And it's painful and I learn. So any sport that we try to do, because we enjoy it. I like to run because it's my office. I enjoy running, especially here in the UK, where you can find yourself in a bush in 5 minutes. You are running, you get into a park, and it's just life. I like swimming. Swimming is my office. I like seeing the water, seeing the body. So find something that you like. And that's what we're going to do. The mind. I love creating the mind. I love watching the mind. I love seeing. And I challenge the mind asking questions. I love seeing how it tries to disrupt things. Oh, this girl is smiling to you because she wants something. No, she's smiling. That's it. This guy texts me because he wants something from me. No, he texts you. Focus on what he wrote. Oh, my kids now they're coming to kiss me because they want something from me. No, they are kissing you. Allow the life to present what is coming. No, my husband is ignoring me because there might be something I have done something. No. Right now, you are presencing that. Don't give it a name. Okay? I don't understand this because I'm not very good to understand. No. You don't understand it because it's the first contact. Remember, baby, you are learning how to stand up. You are learning how to walk. You are learning. So a baby cannot run. Not because it is less. That's the stage. That's what he's experiencing. So your situation, please don't give it a negative option. It's just what it is. Okay? I will say in Spanish, mucha fuerza, which means power, much power, mucho amor, love and love and love, and I hope you the best today. Please be free. Please choose to be positive. Don't resist positive vibes. Watch your focus and your present, which is your choices. I say present so you can understand me, but what are your choices? Watch them. Love yourself. Don't worry, it is never how it begins. It is how it ends. Do me a favor. Let's prepare together the next month what we are going to give to the body, to the mind, and the spirit. Therefore, to yourself. I send you love. I send you peace. Thank you very much. And I will see you, of course, in the next video.